So you might be wondering, like, okay, whatever, Olivia, but like, what does this mean for me? Like, why should I care? And the truth is, maybe you shouldn't. Like, maybe you shouldn't care. I'm not trying to make an activist out of anyone who doesn't want to be one. What I'm saying here is that, like, it's not okay to simply like go with the way that society is currently functioning, especially when you kind of realize that so many things are like, I don't know if we can sit here and really have an honest conversation like we don't know stuff is not working. That's the part of citizenship that it just really strikes me in a way where I feel like I don't want to be a citizen here. It's just because like the people who have like had the citizenship for so long have realized like how good it is and have been taking advantage of it, while also just kind of realizing that so many black people, black Americans, have had so little citizenship and they just didn't care to do anything about it. And now all of a sudden we're all supposed to feel like nationalists, and we're all supposed to have this like affiliation and belief in American ideals, when like the country has kind of never done shit for us at all. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, I'm not talking about the people who are super wealthy in this country and can do and say whatever they want. I'm talking about most Americans who have, you know, access to the grocery store and public schools and the public library, and now Amazon Music subscription and Wi-Fi. It's just like modern day amenities that are really available in all parts of the developing world. Like, all of these are available all across Europe. So people in Europe have had these for a long time, and I think that's the thing about Europe that's very interesting and different from here. Like, everyone in Europe just kind of like realizes class distinction as opposed to race distinction. And so when people are talking about immigration, they're separating, you know, there's been black Brits for a long time. The British people are not unfamiliar with what black people look like, and they're also familiar with the fact that like they're like, not all black people are poor or upper class. Like, they are familiar with what a black middle class looks like, though I'm not saying it's comfortable to live there. So some people are having extreme experiences in Europe because they're coming from, say, like Africa, and which is the developing world, and they're familiar with these like developing world amenities and ideals and customs, and so like Europe is their first stop. And they might land in like public housing. So it's like public housing, those flats, right? All across Europe or Canada or something. And they're wondering like why they're not living, you know, a somewhat decent life. And it's like, oh, it's because you're like, you're an immigrant and you're in the lower class. If only you were to just come over and be middle class, your whole entire experience would be different. Which is like, that's one thing where I struggle. I'm like, yeah, I mean, wherever I go, I'm going to just be middle class. Wherever I go. But it's not like I didn't grow up lower class and I'm not lower class now. So, I mean, I don't know. I honestly feel like if you have a cell phone right now and the ability to tell a story, you could simply become a content creator. Build up, like, just talk about something that makes some kind of sense and make enough money to, you know, eat. Or you could, like I taught you guys about, you know, restaurant work at this point. You could just simply go somewhere else, because if you can take a shower, brush your hair, brush your teeth, and put on clothes that fit, I mean, you could pretty much learn how to take a plate to a table. You could literally live an entire adult life with only those skills. You know, hopefully wherever you grew up, if you had access to public education from kindergarten through 12th grade, you know enough about the world and society and communicating with other people to be able to, like, basically learn more with just knowing that. Like, you don't need necessarily more than that. I think some of the problems are so many people don't even have that. And so there's this kind of like envy, right? And almost like disdain. It's like, we should criminalize the people who did have that. And it's like, no, you shouldn't. You should just, you know, understand the reason that either you didn't have it or you had some subpar experience with that, and then try to change that and make that better for the next generation so that no one else has to suffer in the way that you suffered. But the solution is not taking away what's someone else has. It's just trying to share the resource with more people to ensure that they have it. Yeah. So wait, to go back to this like idea, this like redeemable idea among really most Americans, and I have to say like white Americans, I don't think like it's okay to like just now join the fight for civil rights and care about civil rights now. Like, to me, it's just pathetic. Like when I watch all the shit about Ukraine, and now like reading that article about Haiti, right? Maybe we'll do like a read along of that, because I think that's like actually a really important topic. But man, like, human rights issues are really important, because I think that most of you at this point realize how, especially with the shooting that just happened, you realize just how fragile life is and how willing people are to take life. Like, was it 19 children are dead? Like, I mean, that's one thing I could never, like, one of my core beliefs has to do with the next generation. Like, everything I do to make it better for Black girls who are younger than me, who want to live a better, like, I want them to live a better life than I lived, and I've already lived a good life. And I'm not saying that like I'm gonna die tomorrow, but I'm just saying the life that I've lived up until this point has been good. I want them to live a better life than me. I want to make it better for them. I don't care about Karens. I don't really care about intersectionality. At this point, I don't really care about any other people except Black girls, especially Habesha girls who are coming after me, who want to understand how I got here and what I believe, and how they can kind of like ride this wave. That's what I care about. Because like a part of this has really been dodging bullets in quite a few ways. Like, I've literally been out here surviving even while the Karens be out here Karening, because like they put up barriers in the way. Like, they stop access, they steal resources. Like, they are not about like sharing or equity or like fairness. Like, that's bullshit. They don't believe in any of that. They believe in like over policing, criminalization, segregation, stealing money and public resources, police brutality. It's just like all the things that would make a person like me's life worse. Those are like their core beliefs and values. So what I'm saying is the fact that I've been able to survive this long, even amongst that, is almost like this playbook for life, right? And especially like, I think a lot of it too comes down to dodging Black men in ways that have been not, you know, fatal, right? Because like so many Black women who have tried to stand up and run away have died. Straight up. Like, there's 500,000 Black women missing in the United States right now. Those women have lost their real lives. And so some of you guys think it's like a joke, or that it's like safe or whatever to be Black and female in America, and it isn't. It's extremely unsafe. It's extremely violent. Everyone is out to attack you, and a lot of people don't give a shit. But, you know, I'm glad that we have this one resource, which is like, you know, this platform where we're able to like share ideas, kind of share lifestyles, share philosophies, like have conversations about like what's going on and how to move forward, really, and how to live, you know, a meaningful life. I think that's really important, a meaningful life. Because if you're out here struggling every day, and people are constantly stealing from you, and people are constantly taking from you, and they're telling you that you're nothing, it isn't a life worth living. And I feel like I keep trying to explain that in like different ways, and it's just very hard for some people to understand. Like, they think I'm joking, or I'm like, yeah, they think I'm joking, and it's like, I'm not joking. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not joking. I'm very serious.